Hey Hooligan family, back again. Okay, so in the last video, I introduced you to Mixamo, and you kind of hopefully have had a chance to play around and get your Hooligan uploaded, or more than one of your Hooligans uploaded, and taking a look at some of the animations that we can apply. So now what I want to do is we're going to create an idle animation, and then some sort of a motion animation, like a jump or a dance or something like that. And we're going to download those two animations and load them into Unreal so that we can then start to apply those via animation blueprints. So first, let's pick one here. I'm going to go ahead and do idle. Let's pick an idle animation. And I kind of been playing around with this. So I have a favorite, and it's a happy idle. So he's just kind of bouncing around and happy. Super cool. The other thing I do is on this one is I increase the arm space quite a bit. It kind of puts the arms out and makes it a little bit more fun. So anyway, I kind of like that. I don't need to change the speed or anything like that. And 89 frames is pretty decent in terms of the number of frames that an idle would play. So let's download this. So when I hit the download button, we want the FBX file is what we want. 30 frames per second is fine. And then we're gonna do without skin. All right, so download and preparing download. And there it is, it's in my downloads folder. But I'm not done yet. I'm gonna go ahead and get a dancing one as well. So let's get a dancing, oh, spelled it wrong. But anyway, knows what I'm talking about. Let's see, silly dancing looks kind of fun. Yeah, there you go. That's awesome. So his arm space looks pretty good. Overdrive, I want to speed it up a little bit. Yeah, a little bit more fun. And 117 frames is probably a pretty good dance. So I'm gonna download this as well, again, without skin. So I'll download that. And now I have two FBX files here. And so I'm going to show in folder, bring it over. So here's my two SBX file, happy dancing and silly dancing and happy idle. So I'm going to go ahead and move these just for cleanliness sake into where I'm storing everything. My pet Hooligan. Sorry, this is just a little cleanup. You really don't have to do this, but Hooligan 1830. Mixamo animations. I should have just downloaded them there in the first place. Anyway, okay. So there we have it. Now what I want to do is go back to Unreal. And I want to open up those two animations that we have. Bring it down a little bit. All right. I'll go back to Unreal and into the content drawer. And I want to drag these into the animations directory. So you remember back in content we created 1830, which has our Hooligan and the materials and textures. Animations, nothing right now. Blueprints is where our character and our game mode blueprints. Let's go to animation. And again, this is just some cleanliness stuff here. You don't have to actually follow this perfectly, but let's go ahead and drag. So I'll do them one at a time. So a happy idle into here. So when I do that, it's going to ask again, this in the past when we dragged our FBX files, we said no skeleton. In this case, we're going to choose our Hooligan skeleton because that's the skeleton that we want to apply these animations to. You can leave everything else fine. The time will come from what we exported from Mixamo. And there's lots of you can look at here, but for the most part, let's keep all the presets. So I'll import that. Fantastic. So we have that in there. Let's go and bring in our other animation, which is our silly dancing. Same thing. We're going to choose our Hooligan. Again, I want to be clear. The Hooligan that you uploaded to Mixamo is the same Hooligan that we have here in Unreal. And so the mapping between it is one-to-one. And so that's why we're not going to download the mesh or anything. We don't need any of that. We have it already in Unreal. All we're downloading is the animation itself. And one of the things you can see when we load this here is in Unreal, you see Unreal uses these little colors. So see this green, sort of green outline around there. When I go into here, there's a pink, there's blue, green, there's blue. So these colors mean something. So in this case, these are animation sequence that we loaded in. And so we've loaded them in. And so let's go ahead and double click on that and open up that animation sequence, and voila, look, we just brought in an animation that we created in Mixamo, we downloaded it here, and you see the keyframes. You can look at keyframes or seconds, so you can change that, but that's what we set on Mixamo. We said make it, I think it was 89 frames or something like that, but that's our happy idol, and this is our silly dancing. So there he goes. It's great. He looks so cool. I mean, I love the textures that are applied there. Those materials that create the shininess and the non-shininess. So it's really cool. But again, we are still at a point where we haven't applied any of those animations, but we do have them in Unreal. And in the next video, we'll talk a little bit about how to apply that idle animation and start getting it so that when you hit play, your hooligan's actually starting to do something. So see you on the next one.